It would be remiss of me to jump straight into investing without dotting our I's and crossing our T's, because let's be real. Would you trust a captain who has no compass and just say, okay, we're setting sail today? Chances are you might get lost or something. Or would you yourself, with your sound mind, build your house on sand? Probably not. So that's what it's like to just jump into investing without doing your homework. So it's only a matter of time before everything comes crashing down, basically. So my job today would be for us to get our financial house in order. Welcome to the Wealth Corner. I'm Chrissy, and today I'm going to lay the groundwork for smart and successful investing. So, first things first, let's talk about the safety net, aka your emergency fund. So, picture this. Imagine your investments are growing, you start telling your friends, look, what I invested in, it went up a little bit. Life is going great. You're feeling at your best, you're putting your first little money into stocks, and you're feeling good about it, right? We all would. And then, boom, you lose your job, or you got hit with a medical emergency bill, or let's just say something happened to your car. Your investments can go from looking like this to that really quick if you don't do the work. What now? You have to pay. So what is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is a stash of cash set aside for unexpected expenses. Heavy on the unexpected expenses. It's not for vacation, it's not for buying the latest iPhone or Apple Watch. It's strictly for real emergencies. So that's job loss, medical bills, urgent repairs, things like that. Things that you don't really see coming. So if something comes up, you won't have to end up racking up credit card debt or selling your investments, and ironically that might be when the stock market is down as well. So that's where the emergency fund comes in to basically save the day. And one thing's for sure, and I learned that in adulthood more than anything, is that rainy days, they will happen at some point within the year, probably more than once. And that's why step one is building that emergency fund, and that's 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved in a high yield savings account. And that keeps your investments untouched and growing while life throws its curveballs. So let's say your basic monthly expenses, that's rent, food, transportation. But let's just start at $2,500. To be financially secure, you should have 3 months worth of expenses saved, and that'll take us to $7,500. And if you want a stronger cushion, aim for 6 months. Don't stress about hitting that number overnight. It takes time. Start by saving 1 month's worth, which is $2,500, and then build from there. The goal is that you have enough saved so you don't have to panic. You don't have to take on debt. And for me, I like that $1,000 area in terms of a cushion. It makes me feel safe that I won't have to pull from anything. I love that $1,000 area. And for me, I use Ally Bank in the US. I'm going to drop it in the description below. And for more short-term emergencies, I also use Capital. I'm also going to drop that in the description below. But all in all, your emergency fund should be non-negotiable, and it's something that you should get into the practice of building so you're better prepared. So I have this piggy bank here, and I feel like it's a really good depiction of what an emergency fund looks like, even though we're in the digital era. So I got $10 in there, a couple quarters, dimes, everything's in there. If you can see, I have like a $20 bill stuck to the top too, but that aside, you won't just magically expect it to be at the top, right? It's the consistent deposits I'll make into this bank, and sometimes I'll need it, so I might withdraw 10 depending on what. But it definitely is a patience game and a consistency game, and that's what the emergency fund is about. It's not that you'll miraculously get to that high number, it's over time that you will. So keep that in mind. Now let's talk about something that sneaks up from behind you and robs you blind. That is high interest debt. So credit card payment, personal loans, these eat away at your ability to build wealth. If you're paying 20% interest on debt but expecting 8 to 10% return on investments, you're losing money. Pay off that high interest debt first, then invest. It's not to say that things will not pop up along the way, but just make sure that you're keeping up with your payments. So let's talk about budgeting and cash flow. You ever feel like your money is just evaporating and you don't even be buying anything? That might be a little true in this economy, but on the flip side, on the basis of accountability, if I were to ask you, what your salary is, you'd probably be able to tell me that right off the bat, right? But if I were to ask you, what do your expenses look like? You might start to ramble on. You might not be 100% sure. And most people know what's coming in, but they don't know what's going out. And if you don't know where your money is going, it's probably going everywhere but where it should financially. A budget helps you control your spending, and it makes sure that you actually have money to invest consistently. I'm a firm believer that everything in life needs direction, and money is no exception. So why would you not want to see what you got going on realistically? Face your finances head on. That's the only way. So use the technique of paying yourself first, which is basically setting aside a portion of your income for savings and eventually investments before spending on anything else. Why does it work? It ensures consistent savings and reduces financial stress. So make sure you're setting up those automatic transfers and treat yourself like a non-negotiable expense. That's what paying yourself first is. So get your pen and paper out, get your Excel sheet out, get your apps out. I use Every Dollar by Dave Ramsey. I'm gonna link it below. And start budgeting. Start knowing what's going on with your money. So let's talk about knowing your why and why that's important for setting your financial goals. So investing isn't just about making money. It's about making money for a purpose. So are you investing for retirement? Are you investing for a house? Financial freedom? Knowing your why helps you to choose the right investment strategy. Before you invest a single dollar, understand the basics. That's why you're here. So risk tolerance, asset allocation, diversification. Investing isn't gambling, it's strategy. A little education now prevents you from making unnecessary mistakes later. Before you throw your money into the stock market, make sure your foundation is set. Emergency fund, no high interest debt, clear financial goals, a budget, and some basic investing knowledge. That's how you invest with confidence and build wealth. So if you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's build wealth together.